Well, hello, hello, hello. It's Thursday night, and I'm Tia Knapp, and I'm really, really, really happy to be here. And I am honored to have my dear friend, Dr. Michael Gross, join us for his powerful words of wisdom. So why don't you take a minute, Michael, and say hello?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm really excited about this evening. Lots
Our
of
top,
information to share with you.
I'm sorry, Michael. I got a little excited. I love this topic that you've selected. Okay, so I'm going to give just a really quick intro. Dr. Michael Gross is an amazing keynote speaker, transformational coach, um, spiritual mentor. He's my dearest, well, he is my spiritual mentor and my dearest friend. He's been in the industry of spirituality for over 35 years, and he knows a lot about Reiki, um, um, past life regression, cellular release, manifestation. Ooh, definitely take his manifestation class when it comes up again because his workshop was powerful and I absolutely learned so much. And this is the third time I've taken it, and every time he teaches something new. So he's also been, goodness, he's been halfway around the world in different countries as a Michael. It's what was your title when you traveled?
Well, I was an intuitive consultant for corporations working with HR and also developing new materials and organizations.
Okay, that I mean, he went all over the place.
Yeah.
He has clients now that are in South Korea, Brazil, I Australia. I'm blown away that you have people all over the world that you're working with. Definitely, definitely, his expertise goes a long way. So instead of chatting about how awesome Michael is, because we all know how awesome he really truly is, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Michael, because the topic is recreating your realities. And I honestly believe that's a powerful topic for all of us. I'm going to put your contact information in the chat for everyone. And when we get close to the end, would you mention too about your nonprofit, please?
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And the subject is creating your realities. And I believe it's very important because right now there's so much chaos on the planet. A big division is coming, a big divide, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And of course, we're talking not only family, friends, but also universally and also throughout the entire world, which is really wonderful. So there's an old expression I use that I'm of this planet, but not in the negative emotion of this planet. And that's so important for us to realize that whatever we're listening to, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Reels, governments, advertisements, social media, we're not really seeing the full picture. But I'm really here to talk about you and say for all of you is that we're all interested in the news, but there's that old expression if it bleeds, it leads. And if there's a shooting or something's going on, they spend hours and hours talking about it. And if somebody saves a life, it's about 3.5 milliseconds. Therefore, what I desire for all of you to understand is as we're going through a great change, and this is part of the age of Aquarius, where a lot of truth are being brought out and understanding more about spirituality and the direction we need. The key word is need to go in life. There are three magical things that will change your life. Number one is to meditate, and that's so important. And again, Rutgers University, which is an Ivy League school in New Brunswick, New Jersey, looked into it and said one of the top three processes we can to activate our brain. And of course, number three is crossword puzzles, which I really have no patience for. Number two is Sudoku, which it's okay. I like doing it. And the last one, the most powerful, is meditation, which activates almost all the neurons and synapses in your brain. Well, why do you want to do that? And the answer is, of course, is that when you mobilize and activate your brain, there are certain hormones and glands that flow within your body to help raise your vibrations, your pineal gland or pineal gland, wherever you're from, how you mention it, your pituitary gland, what's called your third eye. All these things begin to happen. But you don't have to work on it because it's automatic. It's like putting your car in drive and taking off, and it shifts gears because you can go different speeds, or you can feel a little shudder when you're giving it more gas or whatever you're driving. So things are happening automatically for you. But there's a certain amount of responsibilities that you have to take. And the responsibility is creating your realities. In other words, creating a roadmap. And I also talk about FABA again, faith, belief, and acceptance. And what is it in your roadmap that you really want to create? In other words, how do you desire your life to be? And so one of the things we need to do is reverse engineering. And in reverse engineering, it's like, what have I created in my life that brought me joy? Oh, this and that. What I've created in my life that was challenging, that overcome. Oh, well, I've done this and that. And then what is I've created in my life and recreating that makes me fearful or doubtful or chains me to my fears and doubts. As the true sower said, are you a slave of your fears or master of your life? Well, there's an old analogy that I'd like to bring up, and I know I haven't mentioned it in a long time. This is what I'd like all of you to ponder again. When an elephant is very young, very, very young, they drive a huge stake in the ground, and they tie a rope around it, or a chain, usually a rope, and it's driven deep in the ground. And then the young elephant tries to pull away and can't. After a while, it gives up. Now the elephant's full grown, so many tons, and they put a rope around it and drive a little peg. And the elephant doesn't try to break away because in its mind, I tried when I was a baby, it didn't work, it's not going to work. So it has a fear. Are you a slave of your fear or master of your life? Has a fear that it can't break away. And that's the way we are. We keep relating to the past, those challenges in the past. But why do we create these challenges? Why do we experience them? Why do we let them happen? It's like there's no such thing as a victim. There's no such thing as victimhood, although some of the psychologists and doctors want you to believe that. But it's something you have created your reality for an experience. And every experience is powerful. It's growing. Why? Because you learn what works and doesn't work. You learn how to take a left-hand turn when you took a right-hand turn, or you went north when you should have gone east. These are just metaphors. But everything is at a point now where whatever age you are, be very young or very old, that you're at a precipice for the next year. And the precipice is, do you want to live in the old life of doubts, fear, insecurity, low self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem, or do you want to create a new reality? Well, stop to think. People say, wow, it's so hard. Oh, it's so difficult. No, it isn't. Look what you've created in the past. Did you create some pain? Yeah. Did you create some things that made you angry? Yeah. Did you create some things that brought you joy? Oh, yeah. Did you create some things that made you happy? Oh, yeah. So if you created all those things, whether we're limiting, that's what we'll call that, limiting, or let's say challenging, and then you created things that are really joyous and happy, what's stopping you from changing your reality to having love and joy and happiness? This is the most exciting thing for me. Your soul already knows what is good for you. But of course, we have to be careful. Well, maybe I didn't say the right word, or maybe my soul doesn't understand me, or maybe I don't have a soul, or maybe that's not listening to me, or maybe. And right there, you've created your reality. And the reality is maybe, doubtful. It's that simple. You create your life by your thoughts and your emotions. Your realities are based on that. If you so desire to limit yourself, great, right? God doesn't punish you. The true source doesn't punish you. Your angels and guides don't. There's no such thing as judgmentalness from the true source, because true source is unconditionally loving, allowing, and non-judgmental. So Why is this happening to me? That's a very good question. Why are you allowing it to happen? Why are you feeling stuck? And why are you living in fear? False evidence appearing real. And why don't you desire to change? Don't you feel worthy? Don't you think you can change and should change? Don't you feel so insecure? And so many souls go, my way, the highway. That's all there is to it. And so, not my quote, but insistence creates resistance. You're not open to the opportunities. You're not here to suffer and be punished. You're creating that reality that limits you. That's what I desire you to think about. We'll cover that in a minute, but Tia wants to add something. I'm going to have my double water.
I have a question on that. So when we know that, if we understand that we're creating our reality, then why is it so hard for people to, are they just like too lazy to try doing something different? Are they scared to get out of their comfort zone? Or what's the skinny that they keep on doing the same thing?
All of the above. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Gee, it could be a lot worse. Yeah, or it could be a lot better. It's
Oh,
too much work for me to change. It's too hard. I can't do it. Nothing goes right for me, and then blah 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 blah. Yep, that's your reality. Congratulations, you threw up the roadblocks
so we're manifesting our reality
by
by
our
how we
thoughts,
think.
by our thought, by our actions, and of course by our beliefs. Yes.
So are there people out there that believe that they don't even have a soul? Or are there people out there that don't have a soul?
Well, let's put it this way: there are people that believe they don't have a soul, or feel that their soul is not working for them, or they're betrayed because they're facing a challenge in their life, and they don't like the challenge. So they're making up an excuse not to do the work. On the other hand, I talk to many beautiful people and say, well, you created this to learn something. What am I supposed to learn? And I tell them, why don't you meditate on it? I don't get anything. Well, you're supposed to learn what has to do with self love and self esteem. I don't want to do that. Or I don't hear anything. I don't know anything. And I tried. Well, how long you tried? 2 days. You spent an hour working on it. I don't have time. Congratulations.
Time.
Right.
We had a comment here. Krista shared. They don't think they create the reality.
That's true. Well
Uh,
said.
Thank you, Krista. And hi, everybody else who's joining in. This is very, very good, Michael. Thank you so much for clearing that up because it's almost like people get stuck in the perspective and they're not open to changing. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Because the
So,
reason they're not open to changing because it could be worse. I would say, yeah, it could be better too. Where do you want to live? You want to live in the fear it could be worse? That's your reality. It will continue to get worse. The way the universe works is that we are all energy. Whatever we think, we create. Okay. So the universe goes, well, you created some negativity or challenge in your life, Michael. Must be a reason. There's something you need to learn from it. You want to hang on to it the rest of your life? No problem. You want to get healed and removed in 10 or 15 minutes? No problem. You always have that choice. But we become impatient. And therefore, if you've had a habit for 20 years of negativity or doubt or fear or whatever, and you expect it to be cured in 3 to 5 milliseconds, it's going to take longer. Is it going to take 3 to 5 years? Yeah, if you wanted to. How long do you want it to? Well, I want it right now. Well, what are you willing to let go of? Well, nothing works right for me, but I'm going to try. There you go. You just manifested your new reality. Nothing works right for me. You're constantly doing that. Well, I can't get it out of my mind. Why can't you get it out of my mind or your mind? Oh, because nothing's happening. Of course not, because you're blocking it over and over again. Well, how do I let it go? And so you bless and release it, or you use what I talk about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel, 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 and replace it. I love joy. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I love the sun shining, anything. And again, it disconnects the left brain from the right brain, goes to the amygdala, which is in the back of your head, and then new thoughts come in. But unless you do that, that thought will manifest in your life sooner or later, based on the intensity. Nothing's going. It's going to happen really quick. Then you're going to want, see, nothing goes right. See, this happened, that happened, this happened. Congratulations. Your reality changed to disaster, chaos. You did it. And of course, then they get mad at me and scream at me. And that's a sign that they know I'm right. Tia, you wanted to say something.
I did want to add something. We've got a little time, and
Yep.
here's my question: when people understand it and they do it for a little bit, but then they get into that old comfortable negative mindset again, uh, how do we help them understand that they have to keep sticking to the new positive, like you talked about when you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel, 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 and you have to put something more positive back in the universe, right? Because if you don't, then what happens? It's almost like you're going around in this great big cycle and falling into the rabbit hole all the time.
Well, there are two ways behavior that's challenging. Notice I'm not saying negative, but behavior is challenging because it is a challenge, and any challenge can be overcome if you really work at it. So the two ways it comes is repetition. That person says, I can't do this, 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 can't do this. They have formed a block, a belief system. And the other one is, you're stupid, you can't do it, and you jump. That's the other way a thought comes into the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is always comparing the past with the present. And so when something happens, they're referring to something that was a block or it didn't work out. So they feel challenged or they feel they're in prison and they can't change it. So that's the way it goes. And I want to reiterate again. If I say again, let's have a hot fudge sundae with your favorite ice cream. Quick, quick, quick. Yes. Add jalapeno peppers and sauerkraut to it, even ghost peppers. No. Some people I do that, they got to analyze. And that's the biggest detriment is analyzing everything. So why would you not analyze? Well, this could happen, but maybe that could happen. Well, then this could happen. So maybe now the one thought of changing goes from one thought to 3 to 7 or 10 or 12 thoughts. And all of them are negative. 9 out of 10 are negative. The doubt creates, why do you have to compare? Why do you have to analyze? It's called doubt. Doubt means you don't trust, you don't believe, and you don't believe you're worthy of having something positive happening to you. That's the way it works. That's the way our mind works. Well, why does it work? Where did you learn it from? Probably my mom and dad, or my sister, or my brother, or maybe somebody in school, or maybe religiosity. Something happened. And one of my clients, he's 51, 52, and he was in third grade, and she got a great, like 98 or 100, and the teacher accused her of cheating. She said, "No, I didn't." "Yes, you did cheat," and it just jumped all over her. So that became her belief system for 48 years, till we finally worked to release it. We don't. Maybe it was good faith, the teacher, or whatever, but we have to handle younger people. So by the age of 8, you are formulated to think a certain way, and then you spend the rest of your life checking it out, changing it, and doing it in a positive way. Once you understand the process, it goes really fast. The process is, okay, this is my belief system. Okay. Why is it in your life? What's the reason? I don't know. There's got to be a reason. Don't tell me you don't know, because you made it part of your belief system. So meditate and think about it. And then when you come up there, well, why is it in my life? What am I to learn from it? Keep asking, asking, asking. And then when you do, you just announce, okay, I know I created my life or let it happen. I know what I'm chosen to learn from it. And now I no longer need it. I bless and release this fear or doubt, whatever you want to call it, with love and joy and grace. That's it. Just bless and release it with love and joy and grace. You don't need it anymore. And then it pops up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel. I don't need this anymore. I'm happy, or whatever. So this is the simplest ways. How fast does it work? From a personal level, I've seen it happen in minutes for me, or possibly a half a year or a year. In my early days, probably a half a year or a year. Today, it's probably most likely 5 or 10 minutes, maybe sometimes instantaneous, maybe a little longer in some of the others, but that's it. So the most important thing in life is understanding you're creating your realities to grow, to comprehend, to improve your life, to begin to create a life of love and joy and happiness. Not materiality, but the energy of love and joy and happiness. Because materiality, it comes and goes. And you can't take it with you. Like my students and I were talking, I said, the pharaohs crossed the river Styx, they took some gold, built these pyramids and all their gold and jewels. And then the grave robbers found it and took it. So you can't take it with you. All you can take with you is your experiences. There has never been a time until now where you can heal and release your fears and doubts and insecurities and change your reality into love and joy and happiness. There's an old thing that say, don't worry about the money if you're a business. Just enjoy your life and everything will come. And it's true. You have fun at what you're doing, you enjoy it, it'll be there. And everything will be taken care of. So spend a moment after we're done. Look at your reality. Look what you've created that limited you. Reverse engineer. Go back to your best knowledge when it was created. What is your belief system? Why did you accept it? What am I to learn? And once you understand it and feel the emotion of it, oh, I got it. That kind of emotion, then I bless and release this. Be gone. Pretty simple. And to remind all of you, because I'm looking at the time, I still have time. I said to the True Source, why is spirituality so difficult? True Source said, because you humans make a big deal out of everything. It's so simple, your life. It is so simple. It's like waking up in the morning and making cereal. So maybe Cheerios, I don't know, whatever your cereal is. And you pour milk in it and you spoon it and eat it. How difficult is that? It's really simple. Or you're making a pot of coffee, you put the coffee and you put water on and you just add gas or electric and there you got coffee. How difficult? Everything in your life is simple. It's only you who make it difficult and challenging. Yes, Shia.
Yeah, Krista has a question, Michael. She asks, do synchronicities mean you're on the right track?
Synchronicity? Yes. Yes. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes I've been late for work and I get there and I ask to be on time. I'm 10 minutes late. My client says 15 minutes late. So for all intents and purposes, I was on time. And they're, 5 minutes later than I am. Or sometimes you get stuck in traffic. And what happens is you learn out later there was an accident. You could have been in that accident and you left a few minutes early or later or whatever you did. All those things, there's a reason everything happens. The reason is good because you learn something from it.
So Krista's got a question too.
Sure.
Well, it's not a question, it's a comment. She says she's been having a lot of that happen lately.
Perfect. This is the age of Aquarius where truth, spirituality, love, and harmony is coming forth. It's going to be extending. There's going to be some chaos because people don't like change, but change has to happen in order for things to improve. And what's happening is you're given the opportunity, Krista, based on some of your experience from the past, now to let go and move forward and get rid of whatever guilt that you may have in your life. So, congratulations.
She just sent you a big heart, Michael.
Thank you. Well, we're running close to ending, so I'm looking at the clock and I thought I'd share some things with you.
Cool.
And that is every Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I do what is called a Soul Awakening, and it's on freeconferencecall.com. So as I say, you can be in your pajamas, I'll never know. And ask any questions about spirituality. It's very important. I don't take personal readings because you don't want the whole world to know what's going on in your life. We could address that in another time. Unless somebody, as I call, died, or you want to know if they're all right, I call it birthing out of your body. Other than that, there's something you may learn or something you forgot about. And we have a lot of fun and we enjoy it. And then it's an hour long. And then about 10 to 15 minutes before, I deliver a message. And the message is a very important, powerful message. And that message, if there are many of them, but I want to hold off on that for a moment and talk about dialing in on freeconferencecall.com, Soul Awakening. Tia, will you give them that number?
Absolutely. That number on Tuesday nights is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446-pound. One more time, please.
Absolutely. It's 202-926-1059. And the code, Michael?
125-446-pound. And using that same telephone number, the same access code, the second Saturday of every month, I do what is called the Mass Consciousness Healing. And it's 9:55 Pacific Daylight Time to 11:01. So it's 1 hour and 6 minutes. And it's wonderful. You'll feel things. You become a conduit for the true source of unconditional love to shower it upon this planet, because we cannot live in the chaos we are right now. And nothing negative can live in the energy of love. It'll change your life. Everybody, without a doubt, experiences, they go, wow, what a wonderful experience. So what is it to give up 1 hour and 6 minutes of your time if it'll change your life? Think about that. And it's a gift. So whether it's on Tuesday evening or it's on second Saturday of every month, or the podcast you and I are doing every Thursday from 7 to 7:30 Pacific time, there are so many angels and guides that join us. The information I'm giving you is I'm channeling. I don't prepare at all. That's why I mix up words. I stumble a little bit because I'm processing the information. You're missing out because your guides and angels want you to be there. And it's up to you, of course. There's no punishment for not being there. The only thing is you miss out on something that may help you or a new idea change your life. So I would share that with you. And as you know, Tia and I do this podcast from 7 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And thank you for joining us. And I ask you to share this with many other people. Most importantly is that I offer a 20-minute to a half an hour complimentary conference. Whatever you desire to know, I hope that I'll be able to help you. No, I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to do any of that. That's not the way I believe it to be. I'll just say, if I can be any service to you, let me know, period. That's it. Also, we have the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. It's all about assisting abused women, children, and men, helping them find a new life, a new balance, and also about setting them up in business to teach them to become entrepreneurs so they can be financially independent. And we're coming out with a new booklet in the next 60 days. It's these beautiful quotes from the true source and award-winning photography from Tia Knapp with beautiful photography or pictures. We'll let you know when it's there. all the net proceeds will go to the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. I thought I'd share that with you. Now, one more thing, a lot of stuff, but this is the last thing.
Well, I have
And
some phone numbers to share, okay?
okay,
When you're ready.
thank you.
Okay.
And the last thing is that with all of you, that these 10-minute little messages that I deliver on Tuesday evening, they're recorded in 370 some odd numbers. And all you need to do is call in, and they're not listed their name because the name isn't listed. It's because you have to use your intuition. Besides, you want to read through 370 different titles? I don't. So, stuck in traffic, you're feeling bad, whatever, all you need to do is dial this number. Do you?
That number is 434-300-4170, and the code, Michael?
125-446 pound. One more time.
That one's 434-300-4170, and the code, Michael?
125-446 pound. And I encourage all of you. So it'll say, starts at number 3. What number would you like to listen to, or something like that? And punch in on the phone whatever number you would like to listen. And if you're bored or depressed or angry, whatever your soul says, push number 93. I don't know why. And they say, just what I need to listen to. That is very, very important for all of you to realize that it's changing. And again, there's no charge. It's to empower you. All right, Tiu, you wanted to say something.
I do. I want to encourage everybody to go to YouTube, to Dr. Silly bug. I've got a bug flying around me. I apologize. Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube, because a lot of these messages that we've been doing on Thursday nights are recorded there. And also his recorded messages from Tuesday night are also on his YouTube channel. So one more time, it's Dr. Michael B. Gross, because if you skip the B, you get a plethora of other Dr. Michael Grosses, and they go into different categories.
Right.
So make sure you include the B. And the other thing I wanted to say was that number for the second Saturday, mass consciousness healing that we do, that Michael does every second, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, second Saturday of the month, is the same number as the Tuesday night call-in number. Okay, and we always put a flyer out there on Facebook to remind everybody when that is, okay? So thank you, and I apologize for the bug that keeps flying around me.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great week. We love you. Oh, and before we get off, I want to talk about this book. It's a great book. Let me see if I can get this on. There we go. Hold on, everybody. All
There you
right.
go.
It's a great book. It's Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's written by Tiu Knapp, having a little trouble here. Give
You
me a moment.
disappeared, Michael.
Yes. Bear with me, everyone.
Just bring it closer to yourself.
There we go.
There you go.
So it's Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's all about a woman going out of the frying pan and the fire, coming into the light of love and joy, being reborn like the mythological bird, the phoenix. This is a must read, and it'll change your life.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Michael, but I highly recommend that you start with this book here, The Spiritual Primer by Dr. Michael Gross, who happens to have written the foreword in the book he's holding. And what I have to say here is that Michael is the catalyst for change. If you're willing, oh goodness, sorry. If you're willing to take him up on his 20-minute consultation, it's complimentary and it can change your life. I did that. I bought his book. I started spending time with him, and all of a sudden it's like my whole life is changing, whether
Perfect.
it's, it just goes on and on and on. And I'm so, so blessed that you're in my life, Michael. Thank you so much for this book and your time.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all your time. And remember, you are unlimited. I love you all. Namaste. Take care.
I love you. Namaste.
Thank you.